compelling, contemporary, soul-searching, and thought-provoking. Indeed, knows bar. On The Nation Today, showing today. On Osbc television, The Nation Today, capturing the essence of nationhood. And thought-provoking. Indeed, knows bar. On The Nation Today, showing today. On Osbc television, The Nation Today.
Akinola Olabi, the program, as you know, The Nation Today. On The Nation Today, week in, week out, we capture the essence of nationhood. And today, we'll be doing that from the angle of preparations towards the 2023 general elections, most especially from the angle of the Independent National Electoral Commission, the umpire for the voting exercise, the electoral process as a whole. And we have as our guests the resident electoral commissioner in the state, newly posted, the barrister at law and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. He holds a master's degree in international law, master of philosophy in medical law, and doctor of philosophy also in medical law. He is the founding partner of RRA and Associates, Legal Practitioners, Harmony Chambers. He is a member of the Nigeria Bar Association. Of course, he's an expert in election management. He was a member of the Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission between 2012 and 2016. In 2017, he was appointed by the federal government of Nigeria as resident electoral commissioner and got deployed to Ondo State. He was deployed to Oyo State and he presided over the election of 2019, the general elections, and he did it successfully. He was recently posted to Osun State, also as resident electoral commissioner. He is by name Dr. Mutiu Olaleke Agboke. I hope I got it right.
Very well. You are correct.
You're welcome on the program.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
We've heard so much about you.
Thank you.
Let's start by looking at your foray from the legal field per se, practice. Of course, I know you are also a teacher, a lecturer, into where you are now, election management. How did it come up?
Lawyers are trained to be able to, share knowledge and perform at all levels of human endeavors.
Okay.
And of course, in the law school, I know as a fact that there is no course that we were taught about how to be election manager.
Okay.
Of course, there was an introduction or a kind of a course on petition as part of the major law course in the Nigerian law school. But finding myself as an election manager was just a coincidence. I say it's a coincidence because as a human rights activist, we were just interested in ensuring that things are done rightly, properly by those who are in the administration. But because of our engagement, public advocacy, particularly with the media, I found myself as a member of the commission, just like you have said, in Ogun State Independent Electoral Commission. And there and then, we had 2 local government elections. After that, I found myself, in INEC. I discovered that what was operational as a lawyer is different from what is operational in INEC. But one has aided the other, because if you are legally minded, you'll be able to understand the legal framework of INEC activities and the need to be adherent strictly to those regulations. So the two experiences are very worthwhile.
Pleasant coincidence. Now, looking at your experiences
Yes.
thus far, what can you say about election management in Nigeria?
There are two layers of these experiences, because what's obtainable in local government election is different from the reality with INEC.
Okay.
Even though I disagree with people to say that local government election is always state managed, is an election of winner takes it all, is an election of the incumbent regime, things like that. I don't agree because from my experience as participant in local government election and also observant of local government election, I've discovered that the number one, people should know that the power of appointment of members of the board to the local government, to the State Electoral Commission is given by law. The power to appoint the chairman of the board, members of the board, is given by law. Therefore, it is Mr. Governor that has that power. That's number one. Ditto for the appointment of the chairman of INEC, the national commissioners of INEC, the resident electoral commissioners of INEC. The power of appointment is resided in Mr. President. So it is not correct to say for the local government, the state electoral commissions, he who pays the piper dictate the tune. It's not correct. It's a matter of how the members in that board, how they carry their responsibility. It's not because they were appointed by Mr. Governor or they are appointed or INEC appointed by Mr. President. No, there are regulations. But for me, there is still need for more, reorganization, restructuring, proper rejigging of the local government, election management. There is need for that. That is that. So the experience in local government election, compare it with INEC, no, they are two different things entirely. INEC is covered by three basic legal framework: the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Electoral Act, which has just been passed, and also INEC guidelines and regulations. We have guidelines and regulations, and these three must be read together. You don't take one in isolation and say, no, it is this one I'm going to apply. No. However, to the extent of inconsistency, where there is disparity between the Constitution and INEC regulation or Electoral Act, to the extent of the inconsistency, the Constitution will prevail. Okay. So for me, there is more to do for the local government election, because INEC is improving year in, year out on its election. I want to see a situation where local government election will be conducted with beavers. I want to see a situation where local government election will be conducted through the accreditation of the PVC. Most of the local government elections are being accredited through any means. In other words, you could come with a, passport photograph, what's it called? International passport as a means of identification, or any kind of means of identification, which can allow fraudulent practices. So, there is need for more to be done. And I know as a fact that a kind of interface exists between INEC and and FOSICON. FOSICON is an umbrella body for all the state electoral commissions. And INEC is intervening with other development partners to make sure that there is more acceptable platform for the organization and management of local government elections.
Okay. You are here in Osun.
Yes.
The state you met, Osun State Independent National Electoral Commission.
Yes.
How will you say it is?
No, it's a very good state. The Omoluabi state, only that I was welcomed with a very terrible attack on one of our facilities in the South. But it was not an issue at all.
Okay.
We were not perturbed because it's part of the management of the exercise. So I resumed last week, and so far so good. We are trying to engage the major stakeholders in the state. I'm going to have a meeting with IPAC very soon. The security agencies have been in partnership with us. As I live here, I'm going to meet the CP, who has been doing very well since I came around. After that attack, he has been upstanding, ensuring that our facilities in all the 30 local governments are well secured. So, for me, so far, for now, so good for me. And we are trying to watch the trend of activity.
So let's start from what you were welcome with.
Yes, in Ede South.
In Ede South.
Yes.
The development was a bit worrisome to many, if not to all. But a lot of people will tell you it is not peculiar to Osun that you had it in even Ogun. You had it, was it not in Edo? One or two other places. Let's start from Osun.
No, Osun, yes, we were attacked on last week Thursday, and the attack came up, but we were very lucky here.
Okay.
Unlike in Ogun State, they were not lucky.
Okay.
The entire building in Ogun State, Abeokuta South, was razed down with all the content in that, building. But in Osun State, they had a slight inroad into our office through the window of our conference room. And the fire they tried to ignite only affected that conference room. So we only lost, set of furniture and few items, chairs, table, and the likes. Our sensitive and non-sensitive materials are intact. As I speak to you, we didn't lose any permanent voter card. The register we wanted to display was intact. So we have moved our card away from that place for now, before we try to renovate, because the commission is going to renovate the building. So we were lucky with the swift intervention of citizens in the neighborhood, because they were the ones that raised the alarm. They shouted because our security guy was overpowered. He ran away because they wanted to lynch him. And after that, the security came in. The police, was there. The DPO was on ground. The area commander was on ground. The CP went round to see other local governments. So we are lucky, like I said. But my appeal is that before I go to the appeal, in response to that attack, the CP now, ensured that we had more presence of security individuals in all our 30 local government offices. So now I can tell you that we are more secured now to a large extent. But I want to appeal.
Before we go to the appeal, has any arrest been made?
No, it's an intelligent thing, and I know that all the security agencies are trying to unravel the immediate and remote cause of the incident. So there have not been any official statement.
What was the pattern of the attack? Because I lacked in some of these states, Enugu, Edo, Ogun, most especially in Ogun, that they soak
the loaf of bread with petrol. That's the same pattern they did here. In fact, we have the remnant of the bread and the leftover of the petrol. It's in the custody of the security now. We are very lucky.
Don't you see it as a kind of coordinated thing? If the same items are being used across...
until there is official statement. But we can have, we can infer from those things.
Broad inferences.
We can infer from it.
Okay, now your appeal.
My appeal is that, people should know that, majority of our politicians are still living in the past. In the past that you want to raise down INEC facilities. You want to burn the, what is it called? You want to burn INEC PVCs. You want to attack our beavers. You want to throw fire on everything, thinking that there won't be, the election in 2023, and you will not be able to carry out our activity very well. That is not correct. Thank you. That is not correct. It's not correct because look at Abeokuta now, over 16,000, eligible voters whose card were burnt. INEC will write memo. Government will release money. Before the election, those cards will be reprinted. Who is losing?
So those one won't be the
no, they are not going to lose anything. In fact, as I speak to you, the commission is harvesting their voter identification number, bring them together, and start the process of printing. So politicians should know that this electioneering space will not accommodate violence. For example, now, if you say somebody is a problem on my way, for example, electoral officer in a particular local government, God forbid, you now say you want to kill him or her. If you take somebody's life, it will not stop life to be life. It will continue to live. Activities will continue. So this election that is coming, that is where I want to hinge it on. Nobody will profit from violence to gain advantage over anybody. You know why? Mm-hmm. The reason is that INEC has removed, to a large extent, if not totally, the human interference in our electioneering processes. As much as we are collecting, we are dropping the result in our portal. If you think you can bomb population center, if you think you can destroy the what is it called, the voting polling unit, you are wasting your time. If you destroy polling unit and you orchestrate violence, there won't be any result in that polling unit. That's our regulation. If you go to the polling unit, collation center, and you destroy it thinking that we won't have the result, you are only wasting your time because those results will have been transmitted into the portal. So who is now benefiting from violence? If you destroy my local government here, you destroy, for example, you destroy everything. No problem now. You write to Abuja. Abuja will bring contractor. Contractor will give us a more befitting edifice. This education is necessary. Parents should tell their wards there is no need for violence. Nobody should allow himself to be used to orchestrate violence. Let us all see, my brother, this election that is coming. If you are not popular, if people say we don't want you, you cannot force yourself on them. Beavers is the basis of your winning election. And that is what we are saying. So I want to destroy, I want to kill, no. Let all our religious leaders, all our community leaders, all our traditional rulers, very soon now, I'm going to visit our father, the Oni of Ife, to help us use the traditional mouth to talk to the entire Osun people. We want our religious leader, the camp president, the camp chairman, the chief imam of Osogbo land, all of them to talk through their pulpit. Let us tell our people that don't waste your time. Money, inducement, coercion, disruption, violence will not pay anybody in this election.
Great. A lot of people believe that if those who were orchestrating violence in the past have been taken care of, if they have been made to face the music, if there have been sanctions as appropriate, prosecution and sentencing.
And there will have been a deterrent to others. No, these are the things. People assume that INEC tolerates some of these things. For example, even the issue of vote buying. People will say, we are not prosecuting. I'm happy that the first states, so to speak, that prosecution will start is Osun State. I'm aware that there are 4 cases or something, whether 4 or 3, that are ongoing on vote buying and vote selling. So that is not to say that INEC is condoning it. Again, the security agencies were invited by INEC. EFCC was incorporated into Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security by INEC. And they are doing the work for everybody to see. Now, for those who are perpetrating violence, there are electoral offences in electoral act. We have been educating people on it. We have been exposing people to it to know that no, on election they don't do this. Before election they don't do this. If you now do it, my brother, the security agencies are ready to arrest anybody. To say that we have not been arrested is not clear. In Ondo State, I left 12 cases of electoral infractions.
12 cases?
Yes, in Ondo State. And I know across the federation, a lot of people have been arrested for one infraction or the other. We are going to arrest. I'm saying it. We are going to arrest. This election is going to be lost and won on merit of who the people want, who the people do not want. And that is the message we are passing to the voters.
Great message there. You were talking about beavers in the course of answering the last question. And you spoke so eloquently about beavers and its advantages. But we've been hearing of story of people hacking into your system as electronic as it is. The question is it possible and plausible that your system had been hacked into in the past and can still be hacked into in the future?
No. What INEC said was that in the 2019 election, attempt was made by some unknown individuals to hack into it.
Okay.
But
the same story came up in the last governorship election,
and they were not successful.
Okay.
There is no record. If anybody has any record that they were successful, the person should come out with fact.
Okay.
So because the commission has built security around its facilities, that is why they have not been able to achieve any success in it. By those attempts, it has opened the eyes of INEC into the fact that we need to do more in securing, our facilities. For now, we insist that our beavers is intact. Nobody has ever had any inroad into it. But for those who are attempting, they will be attempting. It's a normal thing. If you have a security, everybody want to beat your security arrangement. They want to weaken you. They want to, bring you down so that you won't be able to show anything for it. But the commission is up to it. It's our responsibility to develop this technology. It's our responsibility to also ensure that the security are built around them. And that we have done.
Is the same applicable to your portal? Your portal can
the portal, that's what you are saying. When you say beaver, it's portal because beavers on its own does not work in isolation. Okay. Whatever you do, look at it, beavers.
But beavers can be intercepted.
No, that's what you are saying.
Okay.
It's a message between the beavers
and the porter.
Okay. In the process, there can be an attempt to intercept it.
Okay.
That's what we call hacking. Okay. And INEC has built security around it. That is the message.
But once the message gets to the porter, it is secured.
It is for life.
Okay. Vote by free and fair elections. You have spoken about your experience in Ondo, and it's all over the places. But a lot of people will say it's because of what you said earlier, that if it's either you are popular or you do the needful before you can win election. Money will not do it again.
Yes.
But a lot of people believe it's because of that politicians, candidates, parties are now resorting
to buy vote. Let them continue now. We have told them, as far as we are concerned, INEC has regulations. If you go to section 22 of Electoral Act, it's clear there. If you are caught, you go for 2 years imprisonment. Okay. After trial and conviction. Okay. But we will continue to say, don't buy vote, don't sell vote. Don't buy vote, don't sell vote. Somebody said, Rec, don't say we should not collect again. Let them be bringing it, we'll collect from them. We won't say that. We will tell you, don't collect. But usually we have seen,
but people will collect.
No, I know they are collecting. But we will ask them to collect. But we know they are collecting. Okay. But the politicians are the ones that should be realistic to themselves. That the more you give them today, people's eyes have opened to to the reality of election. Okay. The person that
so you think?
No, that is what has happened.
Okay.
It happened in Ekiti. It happened there in Osun State.
Okay.
You know, people believed with all the education we gave people. I was not expecting anybody to spend money, but people are still spending money. And like somebody told me that, there's nothing you continue to talk, they will continue to spend. I said, no, wahala now. Let them continue to spend. Let the security continue to lay ambush for them. Once they are caught, they face prosecution. But my appeal is that if the security on election day should find money in your possession, you are going to answer for it. And prosecution now on vote buying is real. You are going to face it. If you are convicted, it's 2 years imprisonment with fine or.
Okay, let's now go to expenses by political parties. There are rules guiding this and what the parties can spend and must spend, and it is expected that INEC will be monitoring to regulate. But we all know that billions are going to this every now and then, to the point that you even have some of the candidates, one of the candidates, trying to raise funds, people from outside the country. What is INEC doing about this?
No, it's not. INEC is to provide regulation for the activities. INEC is to use the existing legal framework to coordinate what the candidates are also doing and political parties. But the power of arrest, power of ensuring that if you flout the law, you face the music, is with the security agencies. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Under the rules of, campaign, because we take the two together now. Mm-hmm. Regulation says, don't use abusive language.
Okay, we'll get there.
Don't use intemperate language. Don't insinuate. Don't carry out innuendos. All those kind of language, you don't use it. INEC has created a platform, which is the law. INEC has engaged in public advocacy, which is there. But if somebody at the campaign ground now decide to go otherwise, if somebody now decides to now say it is that thing the commission says you should not do that you want to do, whose power is it to arrest? INEC will not arrest, because INEC does not have the security outfit. It is for the security agencies. For example, under section 92, go and look at it before you do your campaign. Commissioner of police must be aware. Mm-hmm. The security must be there to ensure that you carry out your activities. It is the security that should now see that no, this tone of your campaign is not according to law. So when you say what is INEC doing, INEC
I was asking about money. We'll come to
no, I'm coming there. Okay. INEC is to provide regulation. Now the issue of money, yes, we have our monitoring department. Election and monitoring, EPM is there. Election and party monitoring is there. We follow what the law has provided. For individual that should spend 1 billion is there. For individual that should spend 50 million is there. All of them, they are there. For us, we look at the number of posters they have done, their billboard, the kind of musician they call, we value them, we package them, we write our report and give the security agencies. You see, INEC will carry out the exercise. The report will be written,
okay,
and will be given to the security agency to see whether anyone has flouted the law.
But the way, as a Nigerian, first and foremost, before becoming the rec, you think this aspect of the Electoral Act is not being violated? That parties, candidates are not spending more than...
No, it is for all of us to see. I mean, it's only INEC alone that we see. All of us will see. You see with your eyes, evaluate with your eyes, and be able to determine, objectively without being subjective about it. So, the important thing is, INEC is regulated by law. By law, what we need to do, INEC will do it. But we won't be subjective with anybody. We will do our own. It is for you now to look at it and see whether these people have done the right thing or they have not done the right thing.
Okay, this issue of abuses that you talk about, while answering the question on the monetary aspect, I want us to go back to it. Beyond what security agencies will do, beyond what INDEC will do, if you leave issues and you resort to abuses, personality attacks and the likes, what is the likely implication on democracy in an evolving one like Nigeria?
No, the implication is that we are not practicing the real democracy. We are practicing what I refer to as a pseudo-democracy. A pseudo-democracy is where you leave, the basic requirement of democracy and what you now do. You see, if you have, good plans, for the electorate, if you have a very good agenda that you think will benefit the lot of the people, you address those issues. It is not your dancing pattern you want to see on stage. It is not how you can abuse the other. Unfortunately, today some candidates cannot campaign, they cannot address anything unless they abuse the other side. That is not what we need. Tell us what you have for us. Tell us what you want to do. Tell us what you cannot do, what you can do, and leave what you cannot do alone. Because that's what people want to hear. But unfortunately, a lot of people have been in diaspora. It's only when they need the people's support they have to come home now. And they are running as so those are the indices for people to determine whether such people deserve or require to be voted again or not. That is how to do democracy. But where you say, hey, you don't want me, Abi, I know how to force you. You not create violence. You create violence here, so that INEC will not be able to have conclusive election. No, that will not happen in Osun State too. If you think you can create an inconclusive situation, we will conclude it in our office.
You conclude
we
it?
We will conclude it.
Primaries have come and go.
Yes.
But you still have pockets of fallout.
Pre-election matters, yes.
You look at INEC and the issue of monitoring of primaries of political parties.
Yes.
And we've had situations in the past that you have a single political party holding primaries in one place.
Yes.
Some 2, some 3.
Very good.
When you look at INEC in this matter, how do you think? How have you been handling it?
Don't look at INEC. Look at the political party. Look at their godfather. Look at the
rec is here.
The
politicians are not here.
They are not here.
They will talk
when you bring them, tell them, put it to them very directly that why are you creating factionalization? Why are you creating problem? You know what they will tell you? They will say they will create a problem and put everything at the doorstep of INEC. I don't allow that, and I will tell you why. Let me tell you, when you have executive members or executive committee of political party, I'll give you an example. I got to a state in 2018. In 2018, I asked them, all the executive members of political parties, I want to have their list. Just like I have done when I got to Osun State. I got EPM. Oh yeah, go and give me the list of all the executive members from the chairman to the last person of each political party.
Okay. 18
of them, I have them now. Andy, in my custody. Are you with me?
I'm listening.
Now, by the time after the general election, they want to do Congress. It is time of the Congress you will see this factionalization.
Okay, cropping up.
Very good. If you are fighting among yourself, fight. It's your right. Disagree with your leader.
You have the right to fight.
But I don't care about that. But when you are coming to INEC, don't join or create a fight situation, confusion situation for INEC. And I will explain to you what I mean. What I mean is that by that time, you have created factions. The real ESCO member that I have with me, that I know, listen to me.
Okay.
They are the one that say,
it's becoming interesting.
INEC.
You already have the list.
I have the list. That is why INEC has no confusion. People like you will be saying, hey, INEC, why are you not dealing with all the factions? Should be your own. It's just to observe. It's a bad language. Don't say that to me before I leave Osun State. If you are telling me that
they be saying that.
That's what they are saying.
Places.
Yeah, that's what they are saying. The INEC, you are impartial. You are supporting. Look at the bad language. You are supporting. Why should you be supporting? That is not the way it is done. INEC should be definite about who has the right and the power to conduct the ESCO. However, listen to me. Where the National Working Committee says this is the ESCO to reckon with. Listen to me. Mm-hmm. This is the ESCO to reckon with. National Working Committee will direct us and be properly guided. However, those lists that we have in our hand before must have enjoyed the blessings of National Working Committee. So for me as a rec, my brother, I have no confusion at all. So if the Congress comes, that's where I'm going, and you want to conduct your Congress, I put it to you too. I want to ask you a question too. Who has the right? who has the right to tell me this is the venue of the Congress we are going to conduct? Is it not the ESCO? That I have their names?
Well, me, I can't answer.
You won't be able to answer. Now listen. The other faction they are now writing to me.
Okay.
Look at it. They are now writing to me that no, the real ESCO is saying our venue is OSBC here. My staff, EPF, deploy your staff to OSBC. That's where the ESCO said they should come. Another faction say no, our own is opposite Fountain University. Sorry, those are the two places I still know for now.
You are even trying within a week.
so that is the way I will tell the other faction that okay, I know you are in existence, you are there, but I will not deploy it to that place for you. You know why? Mm-hmm. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because by record, we don't know that. However, people will now say INEC is dancing to the arena. That is a bad judgment they are giving us. That INEC, you are supporting. No.
INEC you are not supporting.
How do I support? Do I know you? Do I know them? But as a manager of the process, we have to follow those that we have their record with us. Because I don't reckon with a faction that springs up by virtue of the dispute in the Congress. No, I won't do that. Okay. I won't do that. So even if you bring your name, because what they will do is they will still send the names of those who emerge from the so-called Congress. It's a correspondence. Mm-hmm. There is no crime in it. Mm-hmm. They will collect it
and keep it.
No, wahala. But if Abuja ask me which one did you observe, I will write and sign that I observed the ESCO Congress at OSBC. That is the way it is done. So because I know you are still coming to this issue. No, I know. So that you will know. You should not ask me that, right, why don't you go to the other? I won't go there. Because I am clear-headed now. If you want me to give you, I have the list of all the ESCOs of the parties. INEC has it.
As of today.
That is why there won't be any confusion. Confusion will be created, but I will separate it because I'm clear-headed with what I'm doing.
Great. There is a section of Nigerians who are systematically or systemically disenfranchised.
How?
Let me start with INEC staff. On the election day, you are deployed out. Majority of them not where they are registered, so they can vote. Security operatives posted outside their areas where they register, they can vote. Those in prisons, some of us journalists who are signed out.
I get you.
In some areas, in some democracies across the world, this set of people will vote before the actual election day.
You see, that is the problem.
So what is the situation?
What
is the problem with Nigeria?
Those democracy you are comparing with us, they are far in development than Nigeria. And what I think we need to understand is that INEC, as an organization that is saddled statutorily with organizing election is ensuring that year in, year out, election in, election out, we are improving systematically. We are improving. That systemic purported disenfranchisement.
You are bringing legal
it's the same thing. It's the same thing INEC is using to develop the process of election.
Okay.
Today, there was nothing like beavers in 2019. We had smart card reader in 2019. And 2019, to some people, very good election. To INEC, it was not good enough.
So you are improving.
We are improving on it through the beavers. In 2027, I can tell you that I will still come back here, if I'm still in Osun State, to tell you that, my brother, 2023 election is not even the best. 2027 is going to be better than 2023. In other words, a time will come, all these problems you have identified will be solved. You know what I mean? You will sit here, pick up your phone, pick your candidate of your choice on phone, the polling unit you belong, select your pattern of voting, select who you want to vote for, click on candidate of your choice, vote, accredit first, vote, all on your phone. We are going there. And once INEC gets there, that is the end of the whole irregularities and purported disenfranchisement. And that will be solved.
Okay, maybe this, before I was thinking we'll be able to pick course. We have less than 3-4 minutes. You are a great talker. Let's look at those in diaspora.
Yes.
In 2018, 2019, the returns they made to Nigeria was in the region of $26 billion.
Return in terms of what?
In terms of their contribution to the economy of
the
Nigeria.
economy, okay.
And they are Nigerians, bona fide Nigerians.
Very good.
But they don't live here.
Yes.
They live offshore.
Yes.
In quotes.
Yes.
But they are interested in political happenings.
What
in their
they should continue to express the interest.
How can we get them also involved in this
INEC
democratic
process?
INEC
is involved already. Not only those people in prison too.
Okay. I asked the other time. Okay.
INEC is already finding a way to capture them. The same way we are not, leaving out people in IDP camps. INEC is trying to ensure that all of them are mainstreamed into the entire electoral process. For now, there is no provisions that allow diaspora voting.
Okay.
There's
legal provisions?
No, there's no legal provision.
Okay.
And once there is no legal provision, INEC will not provide for that. So when the lawmakers make provision for it, why not?
Now let's look at the level of education, conscientization, creation of public awareness towards 2023 general elections. So many issues are involved.
Yes.
There are layers where this should be done.
Yes.
At the level of your commission.
Yes.
The media level.
Yes.
The NOAA, National Orientation Agency.
Yes.
Civil society organizations.
Yes.
Religious bodies. Even at community level.
Yes.
How well will you say this is being done?
No, it's been done, but we need to do more. And that is why, for me, the trust of my the trust of my activity is consistent engagement and engagement with members of the public.
Okay.
That is why I can never be tired of talking to people. Anywhere on phone, live program. Once I see the opportunity, I utilize it. Because I discovered that people need to be talked to. Once you keep quiet, particularly INEC, as sensitive as INEC is, once you keep quiet, people start reading minutes to your body.
Of course.
Of your steps. He's not talking, he has an agenda. He's talking somebody. See the way he's talking.
Well, there will always be an agenda.
The agenda anybody will have as a resident electoral commissioner, the INEC, as the chairman, the national commissioner, is to ensure that all the provisions of electoral act, the guidelines in our law, are given force of law. They must be obeyed. Anything less than that, there is no agenda. INEC has no political party. Have you seen the party of INEC? INEC has no candidate. Have you seen INEC candidate? And that is why our stakeholders, particularly political parties, politicians, must be told to read INEC guideline. Read. Let me tell you. On election day, if you come to the polling unit, the beavers cannot read your identity. The beavers cannot recognize your facials. The beavers cannot read your 10-fingerprint. We ask you to wait after first trial, second trial, third trial. In 2020, 2015, 2011, INEC will tell you, because we don't want you to feel bad. So you write your name on incident forms. And in the incident form, 1,000 will become 10,000. INEC faced it out. Introduce smart card reader. Smart card reader was failing us. We upgraded the technology. Now we have beavers. That beavers, Oh my God. Once you cannot go through the beavers, no matter who you are, I don't know the highest person in the land. No matter who you are, my brother, you will not vote.
Okay.
And that is what. So if you don't want to create problem, I will not vote here. I'm a parawasi. No, you won't die here. There's no need to die. There's regulation. Even if you force our staff to do anything, they will allow you to have your way at that place. When you come to the state collation officer, I will apply the law and regulation.
This advocate is indeed a lawyer and a talker. We have exceeded our time.
Thank you.
On the program. We want to appreciate you. You've been listening to the resident electoral commissioner in Osun State, in person of Dr. Mtiu Olaleke Agboke. We wanted to take some calls, but even if you have another 30 minutes, you will still keep talking.
If I was expecting the call so that we can interact with our people.
He's a barrister at law and solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
More engagements will be coming.
And
then we even create opportunities for calls like 30 minutes.
I am at home with you
in an hour program.
I am at home with you anytime.
He's not here alone. You have the HOD Voter Education and Publicity, Mr. Rocky Balogun, HOD Electoral Operations, Mr. Olotope Ayileso, HOD General Administration, Alhaji Abiodun Sigaman, HOD Election and Party Monitoring, Alhaji Shehu Mohammed, HOD ICT, Mrs. Kulu Funke Toki, Ms. Oluwaseun Osimosu, that is the Public Relations Officer, Mr. Musa Lurode, Protocol, and Mr. Dayo Agbili Isusu, Media Handler. We appreciate you all. Once again,
I also want to appreciate the management of OSBC. When I came around, they told me what we have been doing. My appeal is that you will do it in double for me.
Okay. We'll double it.
You have to double it. Because this is the grassroots station,
okay,
and people listen. So whatever INEC is doing, we must give the local content to it. And that is my appeal to you. I appreciate you. We will continue to do it together.
On behalf of my DG,
thank you,
a progressive-minded man who has ensured that OSBC was doing what you said.
Yes.
I want to assure you we'll continue and improve on that.
Thank you.
Akinola Oladi is my name. Thanks for being there. Our viewers, it's because you are there that we are here. I want to appreciate Dayo Olanipekun, who has been behind the production of this particular edition of The Nation Today. A repeat edition of this program will come your way on Saturday between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, and by Wednesday next week we have another edition of the program, a live work. Thanks for being there. Bye bye for now.
Nation Today.